What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back at you today with episode 3 in the Miguel Cabrera PSA Master Set Registry series. 8 new slabs today, numbers 12 through 19 entering into the registry. Number 20 is on its way from ComC. It's a card that is a pickup, I should say, inspired by some other YouTubers who have been picking up similar cards of their PC players, so very excited to show that off. But I'm very excited to also show off the 8 new cards I have to show today. So hopefully you'll enjoy the video. If you do, make sure you leave a like and leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite slab is that I picked up today. Always really appreciate the comments on the videos. It always means a lot to see the support and to get an email notification letting me know that I have a new comment. I always get excited whenever I get one of those. So without further ado, we're kicking things off with a 2012 card, and it is the flagship base of Miggy himself. I have a couple of multiplayer cards today that are really cool, but I have been prioritizing the Topps flagship cards. This is one of 2 of just Miguel Cabrera by himself. I'll probably end up doing the Miggy basic registry in addition to the master one, just because I plan on picking up all the cards that would be required for the basic one anyways along the way, so figure why not go ahead and go for this one. But this is a card that it's not my favorite by any means for the flagship run. The little swoosh looking disc design that they have down here I think is kind of basic compared to some of the other ones. I especially like the previous year's release in 2011, but this is the year that he did win the Triple Crown and the Tigers went to the World Series. We don't have to, talk about what happened in that World Series. We'll just brush that under the rug, but very important season for the Tigers and the season that made Miggy the legend that he will go down as in baseball history. So kicking off strong today. Speaking of the 2012 season, I've got a couple of cards here to commemorate Miggy's Triple Crown run in 2012 with the 2013 League Leaders cards. Now this slab unfortunately does have a scratch here by Curtis Granderson. Not a huge deal, but I do try to get the ones in the lighthouse holders without any damage to the slabs themselves. But a very sharp card of Cabrera with Curtis Granderson and Josh Hamilton for the 2012 AL Home Run Leaders. This was by far and away the tightest race that Miguel Cabrera was a part of. He actually did not have the lead in home runs until the final week of the season when he surpassed Hamilton. Granderson made a little bit of a late run to pass Encarnacion and then tie Hamilton for second, but really it was the Rangers MVP candidate at the time who was Cabrera's biggest threat to his Triple Crown run. So that's a race that I will always remember. This card is really cool. It's the batting race, so one that wasn't as tight but still somewhat competitive here. Mike Trout pictured in the middle, finished 4 points behind Cabrera. Beltre was 9 points back, but not, like I said, not as close as the home run race. Cabrera had a sizable lead on these guys at one point, and really it was towards the end of the season that he kind of trailed off a little bit, and the race got a little bit more interesting. But this is a cool card just because it has 3 future Hall of Famers on it. I can say that pretty comfortably. Trout's going to go down as one of the best to play the game, in my opinion. And then these 2 other guys, very solid careers. Show you the back here. Some other really good hitters at the time. Some interesting ones as well. Billy Butler's on the list, and so is David Murphy from the Rangers. He actually hit .304 that year. So got Prince Fielder in there, Cabrera's teammate, and then Torrey Hunter, who would join the Tigers the following year. So very cool. I always like getting multiple players on the same card, especially when it is in a Gem Mint 10. All the ones today are Gem 10s. Really recently, the 10s have been the best deal. There hasn't been too many 9s that are at a price that I feel comfortable picking up a 9. So I've been rolling with the 10s, including this deal here. So this is a 2013 Topps Finest card. Not my favorite Finest design either, but the deal on this one was incredible. I got this for $7.99 plus shipping off of eBay. As soon as I saw it popped up, I went ahead and snatched it for $8. That is less than it cost me to submit this same card on my own and hope it comes back at 10, and here I got the guaranteed 10. It is in a little bit of an older flip, but I don't mind too much. Looks really sharp, so happy to add in this finest to the collection. Skip ahead to 2014 now. Show this one off sideways. This is a flagship card, one of the few that has a distinction with it. This one is the no sparkle above right arm, so there's a super short print in the set in which some of the players have sparkles by them. There's actually a couple of top sets around this time where they do that. I have never owned the sparkle version of the card, and it very rarely pops up on eBay, so that might be one that is more difficult to obtain. But here he is, man of the people, celebrating with the fans, the 2014 flagship added into the collection, coming off his second straight MVP season. This next one is one of my favorite flagship cards of the Tigers. I'll go ahead and say it's my favorite one of the 2010s without seeing the last couple of releases here in 2019, but from 2016 Topps update, it is Miguel Cabrera with JD Martinez on a card named the Monsters of Motown, core of the order. How appropriate. These two guys were absolutely phenomenal together. The picture also works extremely well with the 2016 Topps design. As you can tell by the sunglasses on, this is a really bright sunny day in Detroit, which makes for a great photo by itself. Both guys are being presented with their Silver Slugger Awards. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. In front of the Comerica Park outfield as the backdrop, and you got the city of Detroit in the backdrop as well. And kind of the faded edges on this one that is notorious in 2016 Topps, so these faded corners. I think that works well with like a sun-filled picture. So really sunny picture, and you got like, it kind of gives that effect that the sun made it fade. It just works really well, and it looks really cool with both of them holding up their awards together. So you can see on the back it says, the heart of the Tigers lineup is securely anchored by this pair of 2015 Silver Slugger Award winners. Martinez ranked among the AL top 10 in both homers and RBI, while Cabrera whacked .338 for his fourth batting title in 5 years. So this is just an awesome card. This is hands down one of my favorites that I own of the Cabrera slabs. Don't know if I'd have a definitive favorite, but this one is right up there. So very excited to show that one off. A little bit more than I paid for some of the other ones I picked up, but it's part of my 4 sharp corners order, and it was one that I just had to have. Heading to 2017, this slab is a little bit weird, as you can probably tell. I will compare it to the JD and Cabrera one. The ink, it seems like they just like switched out the cartridge for printing the flips, because this one is a lot thicker with the print than it is on this one here. And it is thicker compared to the other ones as well. But this is from 2017 Heritage. Topps Heritage is always taking some of the other Topps releases or the subsets that Topps does from the year that the Heritage is honoring, and then puts the modern spin on it. So here we have the 1968 Topps game, which is inspired by the 1951 Topps set. Basically, this doubles as a trading card and a playing card. On the back, it's kind of got the trading card, or the playing card feel to it, where it's just a generic blank back on it. And what you do is you put these in a deck of cards, and then you draw the cards one by one to simulate a baseball game. There's been several iterations of it over the years. So here we have Miguel Cabrera serving as the doubles card. So what would happen is that you would get a runner on second base, and then any runners you had on base before that would be able to advance 2 bases as well. So this is a really cool looking card. I like the rounded edges and the playing card feel to it. It's also got his facsimile signature on it, which I'm not a huge fan of facsimile signatures. If you follow the Topps Rank series, you'll know that I often give Topps flack for putting them on there because I don't feel like they always belong. But to me, it's well placed, and Miggy's signature is awesome. It looks really nice here. So very cool card. And then this last one is a 2018 card. Everyone's been going after the Juan Soto of this. This is the one that I really wanted. And I found a slabbed version of it for a pretty good price. It is a 2018 Topps Chrome Pink Refractor, which are retail exclusives. Beautiful cards. I would like to own the Soto, but it is way out of my price range. I'd also like to own the Acuna. But I got my man here on the 2018 Pink. I love the 2018 design, and I know there are quite a few people who don't like the borderless cards, especially because the parallels are tough to distinguish. To me, they're pretty easy to distinguish. I mean, the pink really pops on this background right here. And I like the way that it has like the faded lines where it kind of, surrounds the player, and then it's got the gradient over the fans in the background. To me, it looks really sharp. Even the paper versions and, Top Series 1, 2, and Update Series, those look pretty good to me with the golds, the Independence Days, the Mother's Days, all the other parallels. I can't really recall them all in my head. The blacks look really nice as well. So this one is in the new Lighthouse Flip as well, which really does add to it. I paid $25 for this card. The guy had them up. He had multiple copies up for $20. Came back with $25, and we were able to work out a deal. So very excited to add this one into my collection. Beautiful looking card. Latest 2018 added in. Also a card that I'm waiting to get added into the registry. There are none that have been added by anyone else doing it, so I had to submit a request to get it added in. That usually takes about a month or so. So my stats won't fully update for a little bit, but it's okay. I have it in my possession. That's all that matters. So let me know what your favorite of the slabs were today. It's hard for me to pick a favorite because there's a lot of really cool looking cards in here. And if you have any other thoughts in the comments, let me know what you think down below. But as always, I really appreciate you checking out today's video and for all your support on the channel. Until next time, I'll see you later. Have yourselves a good one.